Welcome back. I was hoping you were going to continue. Hillary was singing the final countdown while we were counting down, and then stopped.
I faded out because you fade out the countdown too.
Yeah, I appreciate that. All right. So this is the life that we've made for ourselves here. This tangled, intestinal-looking mess. I feel like we need to replace Rolf with a nakeder-looking cleric. Let's see if I can
Do
find.
it.
Just with like an unarmed peasant.
Yeah,
looking.
definitely. Here we go.
I'm totally imagining Arthur from Ghost and Goblins.
I was gonna say that too. Yeah, you've got your white and red like
with like little hearts on them.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
You have to jump like that too.
Okay, well now that you've said that,
When people didn't understand how to make platforming mechanics, the best.
let's see.
I don't know. That's
That
one of
game was pretty amazing, actually.
Yeah.
It was a really good game. It's true.
Yeah, it was good,
Dave
but
just-
like half of the difficulty of the game was you couldn't do anything once you'd committed to a jump.
yeah.
couldn't
It's
change
hardcore.
Look, it's a game for people who understand commitment.
Hey, I
Yeah, make that
finished
jump.
Ghost and Goblins. That is
Really?
commitment.
Wow, that's impressive.
I've never played it or even seen it. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, I can't find any sprites of Arthur from Ghosts and Goblins to use as your token, but in my mind, that's what your character looks like right now.
Yeah.
Not in my mind because I don't know who it is.
It's a little dude with a beard wearing some underpants.
I mean, I can imagine that. I've seen dudes with beards wearing underpants before.
All right, let's see. Is there somebody we can use? Well, we may not need it. If we need one, we'll grab one. Okay, so
You might just die, Rolf.
what's the plan now? I guess is the question.
I think we should go back in,
Thistle,
like-
you're still in there. The torch has still got several rounds of burning while it sits on the floor.
Let's find the last ooze and kill it so that it doesn't kill us while we're like derping around in this cave.
Going to go and find the last ooze is mostly an invitation for the last ooze to drop on and kill you.
But it's going to drop on and kill us if we don't find it and kill it.
Not if we don't go in there.
Like it's going to be like It Follows, okay? It's just going to
You are welcome. You are welcome to go into this dead end where somewhere there's an iridescent gray ooze somewhere in the dark, possibly above you, possibly already dropping onto your body. I am not interested in that.
All right,
Yeah,
I'll send
they're-
a character with infravision after it.
I don't think they're warm. Are they?
They're very good at hiding.
My character with infravision is dead, so
And there's a very high chance that you'll have it drop on you, and that'll be the way you find
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Like I honestly think it will be really difficult to find other
Okay.
than it attacking.
if everyone's comfortable with just leaving it in there, that's fine too.
Mm-hmm.
I think we should go in and check out the spot where the owlbear came rampaging through from.
Yeah, Leanna is definitely like, "Yo, where's the money at? Let's get that money."
Someone have a broom? We can push these caltrops out of the way.
Where's the paper at? Yeah, you can do that.
I don't want to roll in them. Is that oil still burning?
No, it burns out after two rounds. So by the end of the turn, it's
Hey, the Shadow, you want to disarm this trap that was so cleverly constructed?
Can you disarm the
Yeah.
trap? for us?
Okay. I don't have to roll though, right? Because it's done.
Yeah, you don't have to roll or anything. You
That
can just-
crossbow never went off.
yeah, and still it's just a crossbow.
Okay, but I'm just saying that
Just
I don't
shoots
want
him
it
in
to
the
be
face. He
a
does.
crossbow that we walk past and then get shot by. That's a concern to me.
It is. Yeah.
It will be fine. I will
Hey, if the
just
Shadow dies while disarming it, I still win that bet.
No,
Yeah.
I still win the bet because I said that it would fail by some piece of the trap just not working, and that's what happened. I get the money.
Anyway, so yes, you
What's
can
that,
if you
6
take
pieces?
one round, you will clear up all of the shit that you set up. So like all the caltrops will be
Okay.
put back in their bag. Can you roll? I guess roll whoever's picking up the caltrops. Roll a d6. On a 1, there's not enough caltrops like available to make another use. They don't get. They basically have been used up.
Okay. Yeah, I will do that.
Okay.
Not a one.
Okay. So you're fine.
Okay.
I was just like if this whole trap fails, but then kills the party.
Yeah, you fall on the caltrops, the crossbow. It's like there's a very Jerry Lewis situation here where it just ends up murdering all of you.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you take a round to clean up. Yeah, that's the sprite of which we were referring, Rolf in his underpants.
Oh, you were doing it as well. Okay.
I got it. I got you. It's actually someone in chat sent it to me.
Oh god.
I just finished getting rid of the background of one.
Okay. So, so you clean up. You don't attract any additional monstrosities. Let's head back to the dungeon map so you can keep looking around if you like.
Yeah.
So, you're
Can you get rid of
all
turn order?
Treasure. I'll bet treasure.
you're all here now. Oops, that's the
Yeah,
wall.
let's get the treasure, guys. Let's do it.
Ooh.
There's you. I'll give you a little bit more of squiggly room drawing. So you can now see that this cave kind of hooks around. So this area, this lower cave where you are, this part, is just another basically trash storage room. There's lots of broken bones, huge owl pellets basically. Of tangled, knotted up bits of armor and a chunk of an orc skull with its teeth. Anything it couldn't digest has been horked up in this disgusting ball. And there's a few of those cluttering the floor here.
No,
and then
no, thank you.
the tunnel continues this way.
What are the odds of there being 2 owl bears?
Well, we'll find out.
Well, I'm gonna stop and
Pretty
listen.
high.
Yeah. I'm gonna listen.
Well, okay, caller, does the party want to take a round to listen and
I mean, I think probably that's a reasonable thing.
make sure that whoever is bearing the torch lights another one?
I think that Rolf should be carrying the torch because Rolf does
Rolf
not have a shield.
can carry the torch.
That's fine. Yeah, Rolf doesn't have naked Rolf.
It'll keep
What am
you
I, a
warm.
magic user here? No armor, no what?
I mean, you do have a spell, don't you? Oh, you're a cleric. I don't know how that works.
I do. I have 1 spell.
Yeah, you're a magic user. It's great.
In fact, I can cure my own wounds if I
Wait,
wanted
you're a
to.
level 2 cleric? You have a
No.
spell?
He doesn't.
No,
have
I
a
just
spell.
have this scroll.
Oh, okay.
Cure wounds.
You can cure my wounds.
It's tough being a magic user.
Yeah, just give me your share of the XP and gold.
Fuck that.
Okay, so just everyone commit suicide before we go, and then I'll level up. You can all make new characters.
Great.
Yes.
What happens when you level up?
All right.
Are we going to be playing AD&D? What's happening?
Yeah, we just switched systems.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so taking around to look around. So
Oh, yeah,
aside
I
from the repeating dripping sound from the pool to the north, this chunk Hawthorne, none of you notice or detect anything unusual about this area in the 10 minutes you spend examining it.
In terms of knowledge rolls or whatever,
Yeah.
for knowing whether owlbears are pack animals.
You can
make
make an intelligence check.
Okay.
And then depending on what your class is and your race and what we know about your character, I'll answer differently.
Okay.
Sounds like Dungeon World talk to me, Adam.
Sure does. It's as if playing games makes you DM other games slightly differently.
Hey, Adam.
Yes.
Since Ingrid hasn't rolled anything for this 10-minute period yet, can she also do a intelligence thing?
Yes, sure.
So I just roll
so-
an intelligence check?
Yeah, and it'll do what it just would for Div. So Rolf, all you know about owlbears is that when you were a young boy, learning to become a cleric of the gods of law, 'twas said that no owl shall layeth with a bear as it does with an owl. That's all you know. It's a sin.
It is an abomination.
It's a sin for owls to lay with bears. So
What about
saith the book of
Oh
law.
my god.
Bugs should not lay with bears.
Yes. Also, as a bug doth layeth with a bear, shall not be. Anyway,
A whole bunch of abominations in
and the
here.
whole goat, lion, dragon, man orgy thing, totally out. Just don't even ask.
Don't do it. I successed.
Okay, and this is Ingrid, fighter
Yeah.
of beasts. Okay,
Yeah.
so Ingrid, I mean, you know rumor, you know story, you know tale, right? Like you're a character of fighting skill, and you maybe heard in taverns elsewhere in the land of great beasts such as this, of bears with the faces of birds. They are generally like one or the other of their kin. Like some are more aligned. Like there are stories where someone was like, I fought an owl bear mother and two of its cubs. But others are like wandering hunters, right? Like owls. Like they might have a nest, but they have a large territory they kind of like wander around. So it's hard to say. Like it depends on which kind this is, but because you're in a like cave, it's a higher chance that it's more like a bear. So there is some chance there might be like a mate or some young, but it's so quiet. And when the fight started and it was giving off its like shrieks of rage, nothing came to like investigate or to attack.
Yeah.
So.
It seems like unless we're going to find some newborn little owlbear cubs, which we then murder because we somehow, we avoided the kobold nursery, but we're going to have to deal with this one instead.
Owlbears are wild animals, though, not like kobolds. Like, an owlbear baby isn't intrinsically evil.
Yeah, we could raise it as our own and make it a pet.
Yeah, no owlbear is intrinsically evil. In fact, they are neutral because they're animals.
Yeah.
No, we're gonna make a delicious owlbear omelet out of the owlbear egg.
We can take it back and use that as rep grinding, like a hand in.
So what we're actually going to do as a party, as the caller, I'm going to move us over here.
Okay. All right, so you want to advance? Okay.
Yeah, we're going to, let's do
Great work, Hillary.
Okay.
As the caller, officially we're doing.
Okay, so moving cautiously through the dungeon, you can reach this room, and that takes you a turn.
2 hours.
Okay, and then you see the rest of this cave. So this cave is kind of stomach shaped, I guess, and it goes.
This
like
whole
that.
thing has been very intestinal.
And so this room looks like the actual like lair of the owlbear. The other rooms look like either garbage dumps or like it was setting up a nest or something in 32. So you don't know which room that is. That's this one up here.
The one where there was the nest.
Northern 32. It looks like it was setting up a nest in there, but in here, there's already like the majority of its stuff. There's what looks like a there's a dead like form on the ground, vaguely bipedal, furry with sort of like a mottled like spotted pattern, lying on its face. It's quite tall. And it's wearing like chain armor, which has been ravaged. Its back is all torn open.
So, what did your religion say about owl bears laying with bugbears?
Half the time you get a true bear out of the marriage, otherwise you get a tiny bug-sized owl.
I think the religion said we take part of this and be like, hey goblins, look what we did.
So this creature is not. It's too big to be a bugbear. The blast points are too accurate for stormtrooper. It's too big to be a bugbear. Too tall. Too tall and lanky.
Could you describe it again?
Yeah, well, I mean, you can just see its back, right? So it's bipedal. It's covered in fur. It's got kind of like a longish neck, but it's lying on its face. And you can turn it over.
It's a giraffe.
It's a knoll.
It's a giraffe. It's a knoll. It's a fucking.
Yeah.
It's a hyena man. It's a big, tall, lanky hyena man.
Yeah.
It's also very dead.
Is there a bounty out for it by the Stormwind Sea Guard?
No.
All
But
right.
if you can find Mankirk's wife, he'd really appreciate it.
we search in this room.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we're like we can flip it over and whatever. It seems dead, right?
Okay, so you want to take a turn to search? Oh, it's very dead. Its spine has been torn out.
That's the thing I care about. As long as it's not going to attack us, I'm happy to turn it over, whatever.
Okay.
Let's get some secret door looking.
Yeah, go ahead and roll your secret checking if you have it. Yeah, look at you. Y'all killing it.
Leanna wants to find a secret door.
I guess we all have detect secret doors, but the elves are better at it, right? The
Elves are a third better, I think. Okay.
I don't even know why I'm rolling. It's like
We're all great at this.
Because you want to get you want to keep that green train going.
I'm not going to have either of mine roll on secret doors because we already have 4 secret door successes. So
Okay.
All
right.
Rolf is going to do a look behind us just in case that last ooze is feeling opportunistic.
Nice.
Yeah, he's
You're gonna
very
keep watch.
aware.
Yeah.
All right.
and you got the torch too.
So, searching the owlbear's den amidst the many sticks and bones it sleeps on. At first, you think it's like a femur or something, so you pass it over. But then you notice there's like gold like etching on it, and you turn and stop and like look at it. And it's a scroll case. It's a long, thin scroll case, etched with sigils.
If only someone could read magic.
Money bags.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
I grabs it.
Okay, Liana, you're gonna take it.
Hell yeah.
Okay, all right. Do you want to look at the? You want to open it?
Yeah. Unless it's trapped,
This
I
is
don't
what we've reduced ourselves to. Do you pick up the treasure?
Yeah.
We pick up the fucking treasure.
Booby trap.
Here to
I just
adventure.
want to know who has it and who's opening it.
Yeah, I grab it.
Because it's full of cyanide.
Woo.
Just kidding. And that's why you always ask. No, it's a scroll. There's a scroll inside. It's a scroll of protection from undead.
Yo, hook me up. I'm a cleric.
I'm a cleric too.
Oh yeah, of course you are.
Dang. Cleric on cleric hate.
All right.
I'm just, are you trying to say that chaos isn't a legitimate?
Okay, we stop listening to you while you argue.
Yeah, exactly. The two of you fade off into the background.
Yeah, there's like a theological debate.
Yeah. So aside from Oozetown, you can say with some certainty you've cleared this cave section. You made a point to check all the rooms for secret doors, and it looks like it's clear from here.
Further question: how many d6s of coins do I find?
You're rummaging.
You know why you're rummaging? Okay, roll your 10d6. We'll give you one last opportunity to rummage.
Can my 2 characters also rummage?
There's just one rummaging worth in the room.
And this is definitely Leanna's whole vibe. It's
Yeah.
just money.
Turning out the couch cushions.
All right, so you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 electrum, 1, 2, 3 silver, and 2 copper.
I got 12
Yeah.
electrum, 10 silver pieces, and 2 copper pieces.
Is that like
Congratulations.
10 XP? Like between us.
It's like maybe half an experience point, guys.
Yeah,
I'm hustling a big party here, okay?
Yeah, owlbear treasure, not good.
Yeah, the owlbear
Ooh,
treasure
goblin.
was totally bogus.
Yeah, pretty shitty.
Yeah.
I feel like I said this. At the beginning.
Yeah.
Well, I
But
mean,
it's dead now.
it's dead now. Yeah. All right. So do you want
But we got
to
all this
return
glory, guys.
caller? What do you want to do?
I
I
think
need
that
some clothes.
So opportunistically, I think one of the main things we're trying to do here is to impress people back in the keep. So I think
Definitely.
we should totally bring the owlbear's head, but we should also bring the gnoll's head, and we should also bring like just if we could find like the head of a gnoll, the head of an ogre maybe, or
You're not even so much headhunters, you're head scavengers.
Yeah. No, at this point, like honestly, we are grinding for rep. So
You just
if
bring
that-
back
if
an
that
empty
old
plastic
man still
bag
has head,
full of ooze.
not
No, there's an
anymore.
ooze in here, really.
yeah.
Ooze
So yeah, I think we should bring back a token of the owlbear and also a token of any other large and impressive looking creature whose body is just around.
Yeah, there's an orc, isn't there?
Yeah, there's an orc torso.
There's an orc. Yeah, so we could bring part of an orc.
I mean, yeah, look, the rib cage of an orc.
How could we have this if we had
Wear
not
it as a
killed
sweet
one?
mask. Okay, so you wanna like butcher the owlbear's remains
Yeah,
for trophies and what have
and
you?
also
I just
the gnoll.
realized my specially enhanced plate armor with kobold bones is gone now.
Yeah,
Oh,
Okay.
not
Alright.
just any plate armor.
God doesn't want you to have it.
So what's how do you want to do that, Color? Tell me what the characters are doing. Like you don't have to tell me step by step, but just like, to get from where you are to a place where you can be butchering the owlbear. It's like too cramped in here for you to do that, so you'll have to drag its body outside.
I think, I think we'll drag it, and I guess the gnoll. There wasn't really anything else that was like a bigger creature that we could like take some impressive token from, was there? I guess there was one orc. Did we see anything else in that like room of gross bodies?
No, you've seen
Okay.
basically everything that there is to see here.
Okay. So I think we'll drag out the knoll, and it was a knoll, right?
Yes, it was the body of a gnoll.
We'll drag out that one and owlbear and cut their heads off in
Okay.
the wooded area, just outside the cave.
Okay. All right.
Because I guess the body of an ogre not so impressive as its head,
Okay.
or not an ogre, an orc.
Yeah, not. I mean, and they'd just be like, it's a random ribcage. Okay, so you're all hanging out outside doing that, and I think while that's happening, you notice a group of goblins come out of the goblin cave down here, and start heading your way. There's about I don't know, like 8 of them.
Should we create a reception party? I mean, I feel like reception party is like Chunk, maybe Thistle.
Yeah.
Those are our main Gobblish speakers, are they not? Maybe our only Gobblish speakers?
Put our ambassadors up front, you know. Let's go forward.
I don't know. What do you think, John? You're muted right now. No, you're not.
Yeah, no, that sounds good. Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so who's going to meet the goblins?
Thistle and Chunk, and probably like Ingrid for some muscle, for some extra muscle.
Okay.
I don't think
Yeah,
we're gonna
also-
go like meet them over there.
I feel like the shadow is standing, trying to look as menacing as possible.
Do you want to just
Yeah.
hide?
Actually, yeah, I could just hide. Hiding makes more sense. I could play my claw.
Yeah. Do you want to use the
Yeah.
you want to use the clamps on them? So
So they're coming out of their cave way the back over there. Way the back over there. Sure.
yeah. They're several
They're
hundred
coming
feet
out of their
away.
cave like over here. I just had to pull my map back. We're butchering stuff like here. Can we have our like couple people not go meet them, but like come out to
Be visible and be the first thing
Yeah.
they see. Yeah. Okay.
Exactly.
Sure. Okay. So yeah, you recognize once they get a little closer, Chunk. You recognize Snot is leading them, and he's wearing something new. He's got a new outfit. Snot has outfitted himself with armor that seems to be made out of like kobold scales, kind of inexpertly like put together. So he's got this kind of like reddish like scale armor, and he's got like a little kobold skull on his head. And it's like kobolds' heads are smaller than goblin heads, so it's just kind of like sitting on top of his head.
That's
And he's got
cool.
like leather straps holding it on. And then he's got a bunch of like his friends that are all like less well accoutered, but some of them have like an arm, like a bracer made out of kobold scales or whatever. And they're approaching, and they see you. Do you say anything in greeting?
Yeah. I think Chunk does his usual thing. He sort of laughs and smiles at them, and kind of like indicates the butchery, and says, he says, "Ha! Yes, as you can see, we continue to fulfill our deal. Look at our latest spoils. Some kind of large beast. It was nothing. A trifle."
So yes, Snot is like, he's like, wow, we totally thought you fell for our trap. It wasn't a trap for you though. It was for, and he like points. He's like, it was for the orcs, but I'm glad you're alive.
Oh, of course. We read your fine penmanship here, Snot. We knew.
He nods. He's like, Richard said it was a bad
Thistle also
idea.
just like does a little tapping like this.
Yeah, he's like, Richard said it was a bad idea, but what does that guy know? So, did you find anything good in there? And his eyes get all wide.
Sadly, no. The creature did not collect, but a few meager coins. A sad haul, I have to admit.
He shakes his head. He says, yeah, after the last time y'all were in there, some of those slime creatures tried to get out. We lit the fire and it drove them back inside. You kill those too?
Yes.
Yes, they're all taken care of now.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Well, more room for the goblins. And he like nudges his friends and they like laugh. He's like, Now we got 3 caves. Nobody else has 3 caves. Man, we are the best.
Best in caves.
And Thistle pipes up. I'll note, while there was no treasure to speak of, there were many corpses. So, if those are of use to you, I know not of your goblin ways, but plenty of corpses are to be had inside for armoring or. And she kind of shrugs, like, whatever else goblins do.
He's like, yeah, we're a pretty resourceful people. We'll figure out something to do with them. Yeah. Next time you see him, he's just got like a huge hat.
Fascinator? No, it's just like a little skull fascinator tied on his head with string.
So he folds his arms and kind of like looks around generally, sees what you're doing, and kind of like nods. And he's like, all right, keep up the good work. Turns around and continues on his patrol. He's heading back this way towards the caves up here.
I love that we're just like the demo crew for the goblins.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, goblins.
I think I might.
Goblins breed really fast, so like they're definitely like having extra room is important to them.
I mean, their society is a benign and wonderful one about love. Yeah. They're like bonobos.
I mean,
I really hope this campaign sort of ends with we don't actually ever kill the goblins.
Yeah,
we just like them. The caves,
take over everything.
Like, trade with them or whatever.
Yeah, we turn it into the goblin caves. I think.
Look, you're not so much adventurers clearing out a dungeon. You're really like a debt consolidation service for evil. You know, you're like, look, we're gonna go in. We're gonna wipe out all these, all these disparate problems. We're gonna make one big problem for you, and then you can just focus on that. Just focus on getting those goblins down. That's all you need to do.
Yeah.
You know, this is an easy one where you can make small payments.
Awesome.
Well, okay, so as they're walking away, Thistle's gonna call after them and say, we've been around the perimeter and we've cleared all the initial caves that we found. Do you have some idea of where we might go next?
He looks at you and he takes a few grim, sort of like as serious as a goblin can be, like steps forward and like squinches his brow at you, and he's like, I do have an idea, but do you think you're tough enough?
I like look at him and then I look at my shoulder where the armor has been fucking punched in by an owlbear.
Yeah, like to get the armor off, you're gonna need like a blacksmith to help you like pry it out of your like shoulder bone.
No, I'm gonna look at him. I'm gonna look at my shoulder. I'm gonna be like, well.
He shakes his head and he's like,
tell me what you know and we'll find out. I guess.
Like, listen up, Butterbean. If getting hurt made you tough, goblins would be the toughest around. And he looks up the hill to the caves the orcs came from. And he's like, hobgoblins, orcs. I think I even saw a gnoll once. There's a reason they get the good real estate. Now listen. And he like puts his hands up. He's like, we got a pretty good thing going with the hobgoblins, so don't screw that up for us. But the orcs, they're fair game.
And I'll because there's 4 cave mouths that we've spotted around the next layer up. The next layer.
Yes. Yeah. So so here's what you know for sure or have suspicions of. So
there's the one
this cave you've definitely seen orcs coming and going from.
Yeah.
This one too.
Mm-hmm.
Over here somewhere, probably this cave. There's a suspicion of bugbears.
Yeah.
Somewhere in that vicinity.
It was somewhere back here.
And then there's another cave entrance here that you can see.
Yeah.
And then there's
so I'm gonna kind of gesture around to that, and I'm gonna be like, so orcs, bugbears. What's over here? Because I'm like, if we're supposed to avoid these hobgoblins, it would be useful to know where they are.
So he's like, oh, the hobgoblins, they just live up above us. It's like they say, shit rolls downhill, right? And he like nudges you because you're both short, right?
Yeah, and I'm like, I just point. Like,
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, that's me acknowledging a joke.
Yeah. So he's like, yeah, watch out for the hobgoblins. They're mean, and they don't like it when you say no to their orders, but, well, we'll tell them that you're on our side, and then maybe they'll leave you alone. The orcs, though, I don't know. They've been moving around a lot lately.
Yeah, orcs are jerks.
He nods like that's a true fact. Like, yep, damn right. Orcs
Some of
are-
them shot at us in the forest.
He's like, probably an orc. Sounds like a thing an orc would do.
Oh, it was for sure an orc. I saw its orky face.
Man, why are they so ugly? I mean, you're pretty ugly too, but like in a different way.
I like narrow my eyes at him and I'm like, yeah, all right.
Aw.
Yeah, cool. I just wanted to get some intel, some cave intel.
Okay, yeah, he's like, all right, well, I got important goblin stuff to do later. I'm like,
Say hi to Richard from us.
he heads off.
Tell Richard we say hi.
Heads off in that direction.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
So you've sufficiently you've removed the head from the owlbear, and placed it upon a spear. Do you want to head back to the keep?
I think that would be nice.
Seems wise.
Do we do the same with the gnoll as well?
Yeah.
The knoll. I mean, you could take its head off, but it's starting to molder and stuff. It's been in there a while. It'll
Even though that's what it was eating?
What's that?
Even though that's
Yeah.
what it was
Yeah,
eating
yeah.
just now?
Yeah.
It likes to let them soften up a little while?
Definitely.
I mean, whatever. We'll still bring it.
Owlbear is a lot.
Yeah, owlbear's a big
Owlbear's a
fucking
lot,
deal. That'll
yeah.
accrue a fair bit of reputation.
I was just excited about getting some extra reputation for shit we didn't actually do.
It's true.
Yeah. Well, I guess we just say, look, here's the impressive thing. I mean, we also killed a gnoll, but who even cares, right? We didn't even need a troop.
Right.
Is there any other part of the knoll that's less gross than its head, but is still obviously knoll?
Not really.
I just really want to bring part of this knoll back.
It's paws, but yeah.
This is the time I'm just super tempted to whip out the quest reward items for when you kill Hogger, but I will refrain.
Got
No,
a spike collar on.
I am determined to bring a knoll paw.
Okay.
I'm going to
Sure.
bring
You
a
can add
nasty
knoll
paw.
paw to your inventory.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, your return to the keep is blessedly uneventful. You can each recover 2 hit points, 1 for each day of light traveling.
Yay. My death amount.
And when you return to the keep, all living members of the party get experience. You slew, let's see, 1 owlbear and defeated 2 gray oozes. And so thusly are rewarded 275 experience to be divided among the, 6 of you?
7 ways.
7 of you? Yeah.
7 of us, I think.
Okay. So everybody gets 39 experience.
Yes.
Which is a non-zero amount. And just think about how great things are going to be for that first goblin that gets killed by an ooze when you... Hey, cool, water! Blorp.
And sorry, it was how many?
What did I say, 39? 29?
39?
I think I saw
I
that
don't
one on my
I don't
calculator.
remember.
39.
Yes, it was 39 experience. Yeah.
Man, Ingrid has 804 experience.
All right, so you return to the keep, and how do you you make a big showy deal of the owlbear skull? Do you parade it around the grounds, or
Yes.
yeah? Okay.
Well, okay, maybe not a big showy deal, but I think obviously it's on a spike and we come in. I think it's actually almost better if we come in yeah, no big deal. We killed an
hang on your
owlbear.
shoulder, right?
Yeah.
Who has the owlbear's head then?
Ingrid can carry it on the spike because she's tall and it looks,
Oh, this thing? Oh, it's just like an owlbear we built, I guess.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
This
We killed
whole
it.
thing. Yeah, awesome.
No, there wasn't a second elf with us. We're 7 of us went out.
Yeah,
7 of us.
it's true. Poor Poor elf. Yeah, how's Hawthorne? How's your grief stat, Hawthorne? You lost an elf today.
Yeah, she probably has to sing a lament or something
Right.
on the way back to the keep.
The entire 2 days.
Or
Yeah.
we just get the cut scene of sad Hawthorne up on the like battlements of the keep in the moonlight.
So we should mark off 2 more matches.
Singing and crying tears of silver.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Yeah, mark off your 2 rations. And when you return, you are lauded for heroes. The keep folk tell of this. They're like, oh, the owlbear is dead. Like they know of this creature. It's been around a time and has slewn many a person in the woods. Many woodsmen were killed by this thing.
Slew most
Right,
loathsomely.
slewn most horridly. They had their organs rent from their bodies, their skulls smushed in.
My
etc.
organ.
In fact, actually, one of the folk of the town takes you to show the tapestry that they have woven of the many.
Oh,
so you
God.
see the like bayou tapestry essentially of this owlbear just disemboweling people.
It was one of those roaming owl type owlbears.
Yeah. So just the many horrible killings caused by the owlbear.
Yeah, I want to impress Ludmilla with this, basically.
The disembowel bear.
Oh, God.
Okay, cool. So, I think that that if you want to go and specifically like get the attention of the captain.
Yeah, I mean,
Turn to my list of NPCs page.
I want to bring this in, and then probably the, like, I don't know, from previous stuff, it seems like probably one of the guards people will be like, oh yeah, let me take that and stick it up on the wall with those other skulls you brought us. But I'm interested in, like, talking to Ludmilla and being like, hey, you see we got that owlbear. No big deal. It's fine.
So you like Ingrid, you're having this conversation, and then they're
Yeah, no, she's not literally.
Ingrid's looking at, but no, when you're like, yeah, we got that owlbear, because I guess the general thing here is everybody's just kind of like NBD, like you're all putting on this act of like whatever, no big deal, right?
I mean, Ingrid more just doesn't want to be like showy about it, but also doesn't want to be like fakely humble. She's
Sure.
like, yeah, we killed the owlbear.
Okay. Ludmilla, you see in her a mixture of complex emotions. She's glad for the safety
Love
of
that
her
owlbear.
people. She's glad for the safety of her people, but like maybe Ingrid, you recognize this, and Chunk, you're a spiller of blood too. You probably recognize this look of like she feels a little scooped. She feels a little like, I wish I had been the one to kill that bear. And maybe like while she's talking, she's like rubbing like some like beak scar on her arm. You know, it's like that part in Moby Dick where that guy's like, "Yo, Ahab, we got that whale, buddy!" Boom, and then he's just like, "Oh,
My whale.
my whole everything."
It was my white whale.
Yeah, I was, and then.
Clearly, for me, it was that whale. It was my
But
Yeah.
she's just like rubbing the scar and shaking her head, and she looks at you and she's like, well done. Well done. I'm sure the Castellan will want to meet with you now. Let me take her this news. And she turns and there's like a bunch of peasants like gathering around, and they're like clamoring for your attention. You're this little horde of fans, and she's like, I'll leave you. The townsfolk seem to wish.
And I call after her. I'm like, your guidance and your counsel has been invaluable in this endeavor.
She turns and she wipes like a single incredibly butch tear from her eye,
Yeah, she does.
and she nods sternly, and she says something like, "There's always more monsters," and then like turns and with a flutter of her cloak goes out into the keep.
I'm gonna
Like anime flutter style where it's super
Yeah.
like
I was gonna say, in the anime of this, she's the character that has the hair covering one eye.
yeah.
Yeah.
and then it blows back and it's just a scar.
Awesome.
Maybe not, but maybe.
Cool.
Romance subplot. Romance subplot. Most
So
important subplot.
So that night, as with nights in the past, you're lauded as heroes for the killing of this terrible beast. The innkeeper feasts and gives you drink. The local musicians play a jaunty tune in your honor, and you're
Thistle
all
gets well drunk.
yeah, and you're all celebrated for your heroism. At one point in the night, Rolf, you are approached by Bogdan, the priest.
Yeah.
He maybe comes to sit down next to you at
Oh,
the table.
can I have got clothes at some point?
No, you are still naked. Yes, you can have bought clothes between when you arrived and now. Armor even, if you wish.
Oh goodness.
We'll take that out of the thing like next time.
Okay.
Whatever.
Yeah, and he sits down next to you and he says, I bring a message from the curate.
Yes, I'm listening.
He says that there are certain blessings, certain enchantments that we can provide for you to carry on holy parchment into the dungeon. If you wish to speak with him about it, come to the chapel on the morrow, and we will speak further.
Indeed, I look forward to it.
And he
Now,
casts a look while you're talking over at what's Moneybags doing right now? Who are you with and what are you doing? Chaos Priest.
Money all over yourself.
Ooh,
Moneybags is like partying down, yeah.
Okay. Who else? With whom? Just by
Thoroughly
yourself?
drunk and hanging out with Chunk.
Nice. Drunk with Chunk. Awesome. I would love to party with those two. Chaos Priestess and like just a rad, because like yeah, that'd be a good time. You'd end up in the
I feel like Thistle, Chunk, and now apparently Leanna are the big drinkers of the party.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Leanna drinks to forget her horrible ooze trauma.
Thistle drinks because drinking.
Yeah. Yeah, Chunk is a
It's one of the
party.
ways of my people.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so Bogdan looks over at the like party element and leans into you like conspiratorially close to you, and you can see him fidgeting with his like holy symbol, and he says, "My brother, the curate fears for your soul, the company you keep," and he like gestures. I fear that these are bloodthirsty and dangerous folk. Can you really trust
yeah.
them? Like, awesome. Madam, please put your tabard back on, madam. Sir, stop fornicating with that cask. So what do you say to Bogdan the Concerned?
I think he says we don't need to trust them while they're still useful. Their goals are spreading order and law whilst it brings them gold. If that changes, and look around conspiratorially as well, they seem to be dealing with the goblins. Now, that's working well for us so far, but it could just end up uniting the caves to a greater threat.
Yo, Rolf doesn't know that snitches get stitches, clearly. Like, we're going to have a talk later.
No, he's got to. It's important.
It's the lawful thing to do.
Yeah.
Okay, so Bogdan looks concerned, and nods, and says, he says, you know better in these matters than I do. I will take word to the curate that you have the best intentions of the keep in mind, and he places a sort of spindly hand on your shoulder, and he says, I will pray for you, my brother.
Yeah.
And then he stands and he like gives you a deep bow and folds his hands in his robes and sort of like elevates himself above this rabble and leaves the tavern.
Romance subplot.
But no, my brother, we must not. All right, cool.
But neither one of you's a bear, or are you?
Well, good session, everybody. That was awesome.
Rolf/Bogdan.
Rolf Bogdan,
OTP.
Ludmilla, Ingrid. Awesome.
Chunk keg.
Yeah, Chunk Keg. Yeah.
Chunk and Party Lifestyle. Chunk and Andrew WK. OTP.
Yeah, Chunk,
Yeah.
Chunk WK,
Chunk
for
WK.
sure. Yeah, brilliant. God, I love playing this game with you guys.
Yeah, it's great.
Well, thank you for another entertaining week of both Dungeons and Dragons. We actually had at least the language of dragons for a short time.
Woo!
Dungeons
That's
and
all that I
Dragon
would
language.
like of dragons. That's maximum dragons I would prefer. Thank you.
Agreed.
Yeah, at most talking.
Cool. Well, let's shout it out, and then we'll.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get on a plane and go to America.
I love this game of fantasy foyers.
Hot sauce. You want to get started?
I don't know what you mean, Adam. Yeah,
Keep it
I'm
this way.
Andrew. You can follow me on Twitter at Commuting Crow. I do this game and then that Burning Wheel game, and sometimes we're adorable little mice.
Yeah. If you haven't seen the Mouse Guard, it's up on. There's a 3-parter up on YouTube, 3 or 4-parter up on YouTube now. We played Mouse Guard last week, and Andrew was awesome in it.
Yeah, it was really
They all
fun.
worked. It was a good
Cute.
So yeah, I do that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Follow Andrew on Twitter. Send him fan art. Dave, Master of Communities. Where can people harass you on the internet?
Yeah, no, I take it. So I'm Dave the Human on Twitter. I think I'm doing a pretty good job in my cover story. You're all accustomed to a human face, so deceiving will be easier from here. Otherwise, I do the, or I help with the Math Squad Twitter account, which you should also follow and use if you're looking for groups to play yourself or like show people off your role-playing game stream or whatever, and that's mathsquad_AK. Otherwise, I don't do very much. I might have my first YouTube video out. I was thinking about doing that gender tag thing. I might record that today or tomorrow and
Sweet.
put that on the subreddit. I don't know. I don't even have a YouTube yet. So I don't know where that will be, but I might do that.
Cool. Thanks, Dave.
Are you going to explain your complicated non-human gender?
Yeah, that's the plan. All right.
Nice. Hillary.
Hi. It's me, Hillary. I'm on the internet as a sparrow. I'm there on Twitter. You can follow me if you want. You can also unfollow me if you want. That's cool. I mostly talk about feelings. And there's a lot of selfies, but they're really good. What else? I write a smut blog. There's a link to my Patreon for that. I also do indie tabletop reviews for Shut Up and Sit Down. And that seems like all the relevant information.
Cool.
Back to you, Adam.
Thanks, Hillary. Do you wanna finish us off, John?
Yeah, I'm on Twitter at John_Harper, and my website is 17design.com, all written out. I make games mostly. I'm working on a game right now called Blades in the Dark, which Math Squad is going to be playing soon, and the other group I do with Adam, we're going to have a game next week.
Yeah, we got a show coming up. I think the 22nd. I'll put it up on the schedule when it's
something like that. So next week we'll have another session probably. That'll be cool.
Sweet.
Yeah, that's what I got going on.
The last time that we did these, I noticed someone in chat was like, "Oh, he's that John Harper? Cool." Which I thought was really funny.
I saw that at the very end. That was funny. Yeah.
Cool. Well, I'm your DM, Adam Coble. You can follow me on Twitter at Skinny Ghost, or follow my Twitch business at twitch.tv/Adam Coble. I'm going to be finishing 2 games next week that I started this week. So next week's going to be payoff week, so you can go over there and check that out. I also do some other GM stuff over at ItMeJP occasionally. You might have heard of it. Yeah, so one thing I want to say just before we go, to build on what Dave said, there's a very quickly burgeoning community of people who are like really dedicated to playing role-playing games, trying out a bunch of different games, and using Roll20 to do so. So if you want to try a game you've never played before, it's easy to find a group to do a one-shot, and you can do that either through the Roll20 LFG tool, through the Roll20 subreddit that we've got, or through a number of now quickly growing Twitch-related communities, of which mine is one. So there's the barrier to playing role-playing games is getting lower and lower. So if you want to play, get out there and start up a Roll20 account and find some folks to play with. There's no show this Friday because I'm going to be in Oakland for Big Bad Con, but I will be back and we will have another episode of Old School Adventures next Thursday. Thanks for coming, everybody.
Yeah.
We will see you next time. Bye.
Bye. Pew pew.